All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Anaheim Elementary School District April 9th board meeting. I'm AESD Board President Juan Guibra Alvarez, and I call this meeting to order at 5 p.m. This meeting is being conducted in person and by means of live video broadcast on our Anaheim Elementary YouTube channel for members of the public. Spanish interpretation of the board meeting is available to attendees. Para español puede conectarse por teléfono de la siguiente manera. Llame al 919-747-4875. Cuando se le pida, introduzca el PIN o la clave 305-042-869 y la tecla numeral. As a member of the public, any member of the public has the opportunity to address the board in person during the agendized public session by 6:30 p.m. Let's begin with roll call. Starting to my right, we have Board Member Julie Yip.
Here, good evening.
Board Member Ryan Morales.
Present.
Board Clerk Jackie Philbeck.
Here.
I'm Board President Juan Guibra Alvarez. I'm here, and let's move on to public speakers for closed session. Do we have any public speakers? Okay, here there are none. Let's move to adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn to closed session?
So moved.
A motion from Philbeck. I'll go ahead and second to the motion. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, the motion carries 4-0. We'll go ahead and move on to closed session. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Anaheim Elementary School District April 9th Board Meeting. I am AESD Board President Juan Gabriel Alvarez, and I call this meeting to order at 6:42 p.m. This meeting is being conducted in person and by means of live video broadcast on our Anaheim Elementary YouTube channel for members of the public. Spanish interpretation of the board meeting is available to attendees. Para español puede conectarse por teléfono de la siguiente manera. Llame al 919-747-4875. Cuando se le pida, introduzca el PIN o la clave 305-042-869 y la tecla numeral. Let's begin with the flag salute. We have a special guest today, Sofia Vergoso. If you want to come up to the microphone up here.
Your right hand over your heart, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You all may be seated.
Thank you, Sophia. All right, let's move on to introductions and roll call. Starting to my right, we have Board Member Julie Yip,
Good evening.
Board Member Ryan Rellis,
Hello.
Board Clerk Jackie Philbeck.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm Juan Alvarez, the Board President. To my left, we have our Superintendent, Jesus Chavarria.
Good evening, everyone.
We have Dina Mellon, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources.
Good evening.
Dr. Yadira Moreno, Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services.
Good evening, everyone.
Matthew Slusser, Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services.
Good evening.
We have Belinda Gordillo, our Communications Coordinator, up here to my right.
Good evening, everyone.
We also have Yesenia Mancha, our Senior Administrative Assistant.
Good evening, everybody.
We have our interpreters, Alina Avalar Garcia and Yasmin Anaya in the back. And then we have in our little section in the back behind the window, we have Corey Robertson, Tony Rincon, and Cody Hellman with our technology support. And we have another assistant up here. Thank you for being here. All right, moving on to report of closed session actions taken. There are none. Let's move on to the adoption of the agenda. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved by Yip, seconded by Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Let's move on to special order of business. We have Abraham Lincoln School drumline performance here. We have, I think, Corey Robertson to speak on it. Or maybe Mark Anderson?
All right. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Chavarria, members of the district cabinet, and all our esteemed guests, both here in person and watching at home. My name is Mark Anderson, and I am the coordinator of music, arts, and physical education for AESD, and it is my pleasure to introduce a very special performance from the Lincoln Elementary Drumline under the direction of music teacher Megan Dupuy and assistant principal Corey Robertson. This talented student group has proudly represented Anaheim Elementary School District at numerous district and community events, including the City of Anaheim Halloween Parade and the City of Westminster Thet Parade. They will also be featured in the upcoming Anaheim Elementary Music and Arts and Creativity Festival happening Thursday, April 24th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Sunkist Elementary. We hope that all of our board members, guests, and families watching at home will be able to join us for this joyful celebration of student creativity and performance. Please join me in welcoming the Lincoln Elementary Drumline.
Hi everyone, my name is Rosin Cornejo. Here with me is Lincoln Elementary's drum line, directed by our Vice Principal, Mr. Robertson, and our music teacher, Ms. Dupuy. Our group consists of 4th through 6th graders that auditioned to be in this group at the beginning of the school year. We meet twice a week and have performed at our school's concerts, soccer games, festivals, and local parades. Our next song is going to be dedicated to one of our office workers, Miss Andrea. We appreciate your hard work.
Don't start yet. Don't start yet.
Buenas noches, me llamo Sofía Fregosa. Aquí estoy acompañada por la banda de tambores. Were you talking to me? Oh. Buenas noches, me llamo Sofía Fregosa. Aquí estoy acompañada por la banda de tambores de la Escuela Primaria de Lincoln, dirigida por nuestro subdirector, el señor Robertson, y nuestra profesora de música, la señora Dupuy. Nuestro grupo está formado por alumnos de 4º y 6º grado que audicionaron al principio del año escolar. Nos reunimos 2 veces por semana y hemos participado en conciertos, partidos de fútbol, festivales y desfiles locales de nuestra escuela.
In our drum line, we have a variety of drums to play. We first have our snares. Then we have our tenors. We also have our bass drum. And lastly, we have our cymbals.
1, 2, ready, go.
And that creates our whole drumline group. Today we will be playing for you 4 cadences that we've been practicing. Please enjoy AESD's first ever Lincoln Elementary School drumline. Thank you.
Bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs. Bacon.
En nuestra banda de tambores tenemos una variedad de tambores para tocar.
Primero tenemos los redoblantes. Luego tenemos los tenores. También tenemos los bombos. Y por último tenemos los platillos. Y con esto formamos toda nuestra banda de tambores. Hoy tocaremos las 4 cadencias que hemos estado practicando. Disfruten de la primera banda de tambores de la Escuela Primaria de AESD. Gracias.
Symbols, making the notes, but
Okay, moving on to the recognition of the 2024-25 AESD Classified Employees of the Year. Dina Melland, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, and Natalia Gonzalez, Director of Human Resources.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us today to honor and recognize this year's 35 Classified Employees of the Year. Of these 35 employees, 7 of them were chosen to move forward to the county level as nominees, and one of those 7 was selected as a finalist to represent AESD at the state level. Natalia Gonzalez, our HR Director, will now help us in recognizing and honoring these employees.
So as we all know, it takes a village to create a safe, welcoming, and effective learning environment, and our classified employees are a part of that village. From caring for our students, cleaning classrooms, or transporting students, Classified employees help ensure that our schools operate smoothly. Today we are here to honor the Classified Employees of the Year, employees whose dedication, professionalism, and care make a daily difference in our schools. I will now read the names of each honorees. As your name is called, please come forward to receive your certificate and be greeted by the board. We ask that you remain up front so that a group photo with the board and cabinet can be taken once all names are called. Following the presentation, we invite you all honorees and family to step outside for additional photos at the designated backdrop towards that end, okay? So starting us off, first employee representing Barden, Library Media Assistant Jose Aceves. Representing Edison, Custodian Luis Carvajal. From Franklin, IA Special Ed Christina Batchun. Representing Henry, School Office Coordinator Crystal Rodriguez. From Juarez, IA Special Ed Caroline Castillo. Representing Lincoln, School Office Assistant Andrea Crane. From Man, IA Special Ed Maria Luna. Representing Marshall, Library Media Assistant Diana Solis. From Olive Street, Custodian Roger Cortez. Representing Orange Grove, School Office Assistant Genesis Plasencia. Representing Ponderosa, Family and Community Engagement Specialist Karina Batas Rosales. Representing Price, IA Special Ed, Yané Aguilar Villarreal. From Roosevelt, School Office Coordinator, Sally Astacio Carbonell. Representing the Superintendent's Office and Public Information Departments, Web Developer Graphic Specialist, Hugo Arceo. We'll save his certificate. Okay. Representing Curriculum and Instruction, Program Secretary Veronica Garcia. From Fiscal Services, Program Budget Analyst Edisandra Ortega Rivera. Representing Human Resources, Senior Administrative Assistant Natalie Castellanos. Representing Pupil Services, Health Clerk Alyssa Angadi. The following employees were not able to join us today, but they still deserve honorable recognition. Representing Gower, we have Family Community Engagement Specialist Michelle Barragan. Gwyn School Office Coordinator Brianda Ureño Villalpando. Jefferson School Office Assistant Sheila Hernandez. Loera School Office Assistant Christopher Samarripa. Revere School Office Assistant Alicia Garcia. Ross Library Media Assistant Osmar Arias. Stoddard School Office Assistant Michelle Moreno. Sunkist School Office Coordinator Emilia Swinberg. From Facilities Planning and Construction, we have Accounting Specialist Cindy Mendoza. And then from M&O, we have Administrative Assistant Jennifer Quintana. The following employees were chosen as county nominees. Representing Madison, we have School Office Coordinator Laura Cabezas Magaña. Representing the Data Department, Translator-Interpreter Alina Avila Roque, who's probably working in the back. Representing the Purchasing, Warehouse, and Print Shop Department, Lead Warehouse Assistant Mario Peña. Representing Transportation, Dispatcher Scheduler Esther Martinez. The following county nominees were not able to join us today. Representing DES, we have Technology Support Technician Tony Rincon. And representing ECE, we have Roving Preschool Teacher Yu Yun Lai. And finally, this employee was not only chosen as a county nominee, but he was also selected as a finalist by the county and will be representing the district state level. Representing Westmont, we have School Safety Assistant Jose Lopez Rubalcaba. Okay, thank you. All right, that concludes. Yeah, so if we can all join together and take a picture. Yeah. On it. Natalia.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to news and updates. We have parent leadership group updates. So I think we're moving on. PTA is not here, right? Okay, we're going on to DAC DLAC Vice Chair Jesse Alvarez to provide an update on behalf of DAC and DLAC and PTA. Oh, and PTA. I didn't read far enough.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, there we go. So I'm reporting today a PTA update on behalf of Maritza Bermudez because she couldn't be here today. So I am the council treasurer. We would like to highlight that our schools are currently in the process of their 2025-2026 board elections. We sincerely appreciate Ms. Jackie Philbeck and Mr. Matt Slusser for attending the recent administrator dinner and for their continued support of our PTAs. It's also worth noting that membership remains open, so there's still time to join if you haven't. We will also be conducting our council board elections at our upcoming association meeting on April 29th. So we'll report back when we have our new elected board for next year. And to follow up with the results from the 4th district level of reflections, we had 5 students who received honorable mentions representing Franklin, Westmont, Ross, Orange Grove, and Jefferson in the areas of dance choreography, literature, and film production. So we're very proud of those students and their creativity. Finally, we deeply value our ongoing partnership and the support in providing meeting space, childcare, and interpretation services. These contributions are instrumental in ensuring inclusive access and engagement for all of our members. That concludes our PTA update. And now for DAC and DLAC. So I am currently the secretary for the DAC and DLAC board. Again, my name is Jesse Alvarez and I'm a parent at MAN. This year at our DAC and DLAC meetings, we have had presenters on the school safety plan, uniform complaint procedures, early development index, and the importance of attendance and the emergent bilingual programs, as well as the reclassification procedures and data. The DAC DLAC board also met with a subcommittee of parent members to review and approve the LEA family and parent engagement policy and bylaws for the 25-26 school year. Parents gave input on Title I and Title III programs for the next school year and reviewed school data to help the school sites evaluate the SIPSA when in their school site council meetings. This year, we are holding elections for the DAC DLAC parent board for the 2025 through 2027 school year. We had nominations at yesterday's meeting, and we will hold our elections at our last meeting on May 20th at 9 a.m. at Key. It has been a pleasure serving as secretary on the DAC DLAC board for the past 2 years and working collaboratively with district leaders and cabinet in support of our students across AESD. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, association updates, there are none. And then moving on to district news and updates, Belinda Gordillo, communications coordinator, to present district news and updates.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Board of Education, Cabinet, and Community. My name is Belinda Gordillo, and I'm going to be sharing the news and updates report. Okay, we're going to start off with Barton Elementary. They had the most improved attendance for the month of March, and we went ahead and celebrated them a couple of days ago. We surprised the students. So this was definitely a collective effort with the teachers, the principal, administrators, parents, students, in order to make this happen. So thank you very much to Barton, and congratulations. And then on March 14th, it was a great event held at Ponderosa in honor of Music in Our Schools Month, and we had Yamaha come visit, and they provided the students with a fun, engaging day. Students were able to participate in fun activities like decorating the drum heads and receiving drumsticks at the end to take home. And Yamaha also visited in the classrooms, engaged with the students, and then the students performed as well. So it was a great day and a great way to celebrate Music in Our Schools Month. And then on March 20th, it was the Anaheim Elementary School District's esports tournament. Esports stands for electronic sports, and it was held at the Anaheim River Arena. And we want to especially thank the River Arena for allowing our students to have this event there at no charge. It's a very professional, exciting place. If you've never been, you have to go next time they have it. But we had students from across the district participate. And if you see in the pictures, the students looked very calm despite they're playing these exciting games and having a tournament. And it's because our staff works with them for months on end with different things like marketing their teams and creating a fun team name and just sportsmanship and so many other things that come about from esports that are beneficial to the students. So it was a great night for everybody. And then on March 21st, it was Benito Juarez's birthday. So the community of Benito Juarez celebrated. They had a cafecito to start the day, and then they had Council General of Mexico, Audrey Gomez. She came by and she was able to meet with the parents and go ahead and she answered questions about immigration and just other things relating to Benito Juarez and the special day. And then the kids performed with the nice baile folklorico, as well as some of the younger children did a musical performance, and we had a lot of board representation as well. So it was a great celebration for everybody at Benito Juarez. And then on March 26th through the 30th, it was a CABE conference. And again, congratulations to Betsy Ross, who received the CABE Seal of Excellence Award. CABE stands for California Association of Bilingual Education. And we had 2 booths there. One of them was hosted by our human resources team, and they were sharing information about the amazing jobs here at AESD. And then we also had a booth dedicated to our dual language immersion academy and showcasing the great efforts of Betsy Ross. So congratulations to everybody, especially our staff who were there during the week participating in, they were giving workshops to attendees, and it was everybody, the rooms were filled, and so it was a great week and a great celebration for all. And then on March 24th through the 28th, Anaheim Succeeds held their Adventureland Spring Camp, and they had approximately 728 students that participated. It was a lot of fun, but there was a lot of also literacy, math, enrichment, STEAM, and fitness activities. They partnered up with a couple of organizations like City of Anaheim's Fun on Wheels, and they brought a lot of presentations to the classrooms. For example, Discovery Cube of Orange was also a partner, and they did assemblies, but they also had kids go on field trips. And then they ended the week with a field trip to watch Disney's Snow White, and students were able to get popcorn and treats, and so it was a great week for all. I know my little one participated this year, and so I was thankful as a parent to have somewhere that was great for my child to go to. So thank you so much to Anaheim Succeeds for this wonderful opportunity for students. And then, as you know, we had James and the Giant Peach last month. And this month, for March, we had Disney Broadway bound productions with 4 different musicals in our district. And we had Stoddard with Finding Nemo, Price had Lion King, Marshall had Willy Wonka, and Gwen had Winnie the Pooh. And so these, from the performances to the sets to the costumes, these performances were magnificent, and we're so thankful to all of the staff who work with our students day in and day out as they reached, to the day that they performed, and they were all beautiful performances. We have more to come next month, and so I'll share those then. And then this past Saturday was the STEAMapalooza event. It's part of the Anaheim Elementary School Educational Pledge Partnership that's with the Anaheim Union High School. And so we really want to thank Anaheim Union High School for hosting this event. This year it took place at Magnolia High School, and we had 500 fifth grade students attend, and then we had 40 teachers who went to support and assist our students. So we're so grateful to Anaheim Union High School for this partnership, and it was a day filled with enriching activities, with STEAM activities, and other educational but fun events for our students. Okay, and then big congratulations to Jefferson Elementary, who was named one of California's distinguished schools. It was one in 336 schools from California, which is amazing because in California we have over 10,000 schools. So it's a huge recognition, and some of the key things that was able to to make Jefferson a distinguished school was the strong academic performance, attendance, and just a positive school climate. So we want to really congratulate Jefferson Elementary for this wonderful recognition. Okay, and then as you know, Megan Lee is a teacher from Loera. She's a TK teacher, and a couple of months ago, I announced that she was called Teacher of the Year from the Orange County Department of Education, and we just found out this week that she selected to move on to the next level, which are interviews, and so she's 1 in 15 semifinalists. So this is a huge thing for Megan, for all of her hard work and dedication to AESD. This is a picture from when we visited her a couple of months ago, and she's there with her father and husband and 2 little girls, and so she's very deserving, and we're very proud of her, and we look forward to sharing the next steps with you. And that's it for me. Any questions? No? Thank you.
Thank you, Belinda. Okay, moving on to public speakers. Speakers on agenda or non-agenda items. We have 1 speaker. We have Mark Lopez. And Mr. Lopez, you know the drill, 3 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Just following up on my comments from the last meeting, because due to the time, I spent most of it outlining Board President Alvarez's misleading of the public and possible misuse of public funds. So I just wanted to mention one brief comment on that, was that understand when you appoint yourself as the ethics officer of the district, selective ethics are not true ethics. Selective transparency is not true transparency. And selective principles are not true principles. They're just conveniences. But I also wanted to mention also regarding the conflict of interest comment that Board Member Philbeck mentioned at the end of the meeting. And regarding that, my point there was that sometimes there's not an explicit legal conflict of interest, but there can be a conflict of interest in practice. For example, if a board member is on YMCA, library board, or any other outside organization such as First Five, et cetera, and happens to exit closed session or open session to go participate in quorum or achieve quorum for one of these other organizations, that is a disservice to the constituents of Anaheim Elementary, and at a minimum, that should be reflected in the minutes of each of the meetings that one of the board members happened to leave and then the time that they return to the meeting. The other mention that I wanted to make here was there was a lot of clutching of pearls with the suggestion of posting total compensation on the board website. But I did want to make one other recommendation, at least, is that if there is a board member initiated event outside of the Anaheim Elementary School District boundary or footprint, that there is also something posted online, because it's not on Transparent California, that outlines what the cost to the district is, what the utility, the purpose of it is, where it's located, and the board member who initiated that. Just as in the interest of transparency, of course, there also could be some situation where someone is using a proxy to suggest something that a board member may have suggested, but which wouldn't be very transparent. But at a minimum, that would at least achieve some level of transparency. And I'm hopeful that the majority of the board would be supportive of that. I don't know if it would serve the interest of the majority of the board, but I will hold out hope that they do. Then with that, I'll conclude my comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to Superintendent's report. It's recommended the Board of Education declare a public hearing for the purpose of hearing comments regarding 2025-26 initial contract proposal presented by the Anaheim Elementary Education Association, AEEA, to the Anaheim Elementary School District, AESD, with respect to negotiations for the 2025-2026 school year. Do we have any comments? Okay. Hearing no comments, we're going to go ahead and adjourn the public hearing. Okay, it's recommended that the Board of Education officially receive Anaheim Elementary Education Association 2025-26 initial contract proposal. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion Morales.
Second.
Second Philbick. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Recommended the Board of Education declare a public hearing for the purpose of hearing comments regarding the 2025-26 initial contract proposal presented by the Anaheim Elementary School District, AESD, to the Anaheim Elementary Education Association, AEEA, with respect to negotiations for the 2025-26 school years. Any comments? Seeing none, we're going to go ahead and adjourn the public hearing. It's recommended the Board of Education officially present its 2025-26 initial contract proposal to the Anaheim Elementary Education Association, AEEA, and direct staff to proceed with the negotiation process. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Morales.
Second.
Second, Yip. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. All right, moving on to Human Resources Update. We have Dina Melland, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Tammy Ledesma, Senior Director of Human Resources, and Natalia Gonzalez, Director of Human Resources.
We are pleased to be here tonight to highlight data coming straight out of the Human Resources Department. With me tonight are HR Directors Tammy Ledesma and Natalia Gonzalez, as well as some of our other team members here to support us. So thank you for being here. All right. Okay, listed here are some of the day-to-day tasks that the HR team works on. Not included here are those special projects that tend to pop up on a daily basis. On this slide, we talk about recruitment, interview, selection and processing, performance evaluations, negotiations and contracts, complaints, investigations and discipline, staffing, leaves of absence, interactive process, and educator support. Kind of the things that rotate every single day in our department. For tonight, we're going to focus on two of those. The first being recruitment, interview, selection, and processing, and the second one being educator support. So we're going to start with recruitment, interview, selection, and processing. The data shared in our presentation this evening is data that was collected starting in July and going through the month of March, so as up to date as we could get it. We've made it an HR goal to work towards creating a very consistent practice among certificated and classified recruiting processes. That's what we've been focusing on this year. With recruitments, the need for filling all vacancies first is reviewed by the cabinet. Once cabinet has approved a vacancy to be moved forward for a recruitment, then HR technicians can begin. The job announcement is placed in EdJoin every time, as well as being posted on the district website. Depending on the position, time of year, we may also post via email, outside publications, different university platforms, and around the community. Natalia's been known to stop at Starbucks and place something on their community board a couple times. Once a recruitment closes, an interview panel is scheduled, sometimes needing 2 panels depending on the position. Panel members make recommendations on the hiring to the Human Resources Department and sometimes to the cabinet. Once an applicant accepts a position, the HR technicians then begin the processing phase. Fingerprinting, paperwork, processing, and sometimes PD, professional development, depending on the position. The time frame for recruitment, interviews, selection, and processing really varies and is very unique to each individual. Sometimes it's as quick as 2 weeks, doing all the recruitment, doing the interviews. If we have an internal candidate that is promoted, we're able usually to promote them and move them on very quickly. Sometimes it's as long as 2, 3, 4 months, depending on if it's an outside candidate that's coming in and needs to be released by their current position. So we're gonna turn it over right now to Tammy so she can give you some data about certificated recruitments.
So as you can see, certificated HR has been very busy. We are proud of the process that we conduct. And also, as Dina mentioned, the consistency that we are building between the certificated and the classified process. We are always looking for ways to improve our steps, so we often get feedback from our panel members, for those that participate in the process, so that we can make sure that it is the most comfortable process that someone who's interviewing can experience. I want to bring attention to our new employees that were hired. So our total of 134 as of the end of March. It's just very exciting to see people coming in and beginning their journey as a certificated staff member and impacting the lives of our students here in AESD. Next, we have Natalia with classified information.
Sorry, I'm a little shorter. Okay, so you can see our numbers here for classified. For classified, we have a little over 80 classifications. So you'll see classified listed on there. We also recruit for classified management, confidential, and substitutes. Our team is constantly recruiting because, as you can see on the far right-hand corner, you'll see that a lot of our employees promote internally or are reassigned. So we're very proud of that work. You can also see through some of the numbers that in one recruitment, it might result in multiple hires or promotions, which is typically the case for example, for our IA recruitments. And because we are constantly recruiting, we do expect that number to go up a lot higher at the end of the school year. So moving on.
So in totals for recruitment, interviews, selection, and processing for this school year so far, we have 490 employees who have been processed as either new or as new to their current positions. So we're very proud of that, 490. We will be to 500 by the end of this week. All right, moving on to our educator support data. It's our second piece here, but it's really important, and it's a newer thing that we've been working with in HR in the last couple of years. And so we'll share 4 different ways we're providing different support. Much of this support for educators comes from our educator support team. And it's comprised of 4 different staff members here in the district with skills in many different positions. We have a TOSA professional development, we have a coordinator, a roving vice principal, and a roving principal that helps us to provide different educator support. All right, so it is pretty amazing that our board and our cabinet recognizes and believes in supporting or having support systems for all of our employees. We have our teacher induction program and our administrative induction program. So as you know, our teacher induction program has been long-standing, and it is such a benefit for our beginning teachers. And our administrative induction position, our program, we recently this year were accredited to run the program. So you'll see that we have currently 30 teachers that are participating in our induction program, and we have 10 administrators that are going through our administrative induction program. We have 15 of our teachers that are nearing their journey and almost ready to present to our panels to be recommended to clear their credential. And we have 4 administrators that are also in that process and will be presenting their problem of practice and be recommended to clear their credential as well. They spend lots of time in meaningful meetings and professional development that they are seeking based on their surveys that they give us, the things that they really would like to know more about, or things that they feel like this is something that I have a gap in my current learning. But it is truly a blessing for them to receive authentic, hands-on, true life situations while in their positions. We often circle back to our recruitment part with this. When we are sitting at a recruitment booth and having conversations with people who are potentially interested in Anaheim, we get to say that our board provides opportunities for them to clear their credential
free of charge. So many of us that are in education understand the costs that it takes to clear your teaching credential and the years that you have to spend outside of your workplace at the university to do so, and our administrators as well. They're having authentic learning in their role as an administrator. So it is truly a blessing for those individuals. And then finally, our educator support. We have recognized that just giving beginning teachers or beginning administrators an opportunity to really get their support is something that we can't forget, that those of us that have been in the position for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, we still need the learning and we still need the support. So that's why we have our support team that really does walk hand in hand with our individuals. So our administrators are getting their mentoring with our roving vice principal and our roving principal, but also our veteran administrators are receiving HRPD. So we conduct in our leadership meetings what we call HR scenarios. So this is where we look at real life situations and how an administrator could respond or maybe should respond in particular situations. And we've gotten amazing feedback about how that is really helping the growth of our newer or our veteran administrators. And then finally, our project lead, we have 18 participants of people who are interested in pursuing the opportunity to be an administrator someday. And they come on their Saturdays and engage in collaborative and meaningful work, working towards their, to receive an administrative credential. We're currently gearing up for them to have the opportunity to walk in the shoes of an administrator. So not just a day in the life of an administrator, but they will have a week in the life of an administrator. So they're going to get to see boots on the ground what it's like to have 50 people needing you at the same time, an upset person, a child who's crying, phone calls. So we're hoping we don't scare them, but we entice them to continue to pursue their goal in becoming administrators, hopefully in AESD. Oh, that's yours.
All right, so that ends our presentation on our 2 essential functions in the Human Resources Department, and we hope to be able to come back and share some more with you.
Any comments, questions?
Well, thank you for the amazing job that you all do. And I'm a little surprised that you didn't bring, you just did a fabulous recruitment video I saw. I mean.
She said no.
It was, okay.
The superintendent told me to put it on there. I forgot. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I watched it and was like, whoa, that's pretty good. I want to come and work for AESD. You did a great job with that. So, and you know, you just, sometimes your job, I know your jobs are not that easy. So we know that and we appreciate all that you do for us. And it was a great presentation. And it's nice to hear from you because I can't remember a lot of HR presentations, and I've been around a while, you know, and so this was really, it was great, refreshing to hear from, you know, a very, very, very important department that we have here. So thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, sometime bring the video we'll need to play that, Mr. Chavarria, because I think it was, I mean, I was proud of it and I had absolutely nothing to do with it. And you look good on camera, Dina.
Oh, thank you.
Trustee Philbick, that's not true. We get a lot of HR presentations, but they're usually in closed session. So let's clarify that, okay? Number one. But number two, it is honestly one of my, and this sounds ridiculous, but I do love coming on Saturdays when I myself am not working on a Saturday to come in and watch the participants in the LEAD program. I myself am a product of the LEAD professional development and training done through AUHSD, and it is exactly that. It is the boots on the ground, real world experiences, not this theoretical textbook kind of thing that a lot of us experience when, for example, we get our teaching credential, unless you were doing an internship, then it's different, but it is real. I'm happy to see you all there and providing good input and whatnot. It's great seeing April and the rest of the team there. And, I just really just appreciate all of you taking time out of your schedules to come and really mentor and foster the new group of leaders here in AESD. And it just makes me very proud. So great job.
I just want to express that it's very evident that your heart is in the work that you do, and it's noticeable, and you should know that, right? The recruitments to the induction program, every time we visit that induction program, it's like phenomenal, right? So we know that you're connecting with our staff, you're connecting with our teachers, everyone that comes through your mentorship is getting prepared to be a leader here, and so we appreciate all your work. You should hear that, okay? And yeah, thanks for the presentation. Looking forward to another 2 items soon. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good? Yeah, okay. Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
All right, moving on to consent calendar. Items listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine and are acted on by the board in one motion. There is no discussion of these items unless a member of the board, staff, or the public requests specific items to be discussed and or removed from the consent calendar. Are there any items to be pulled at this moment? None? Okay, so do I have a motion to approve as is?
So moved.
Motion Morales,
Second.
second Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Okay, let's see. All right, moving on to the action calendar. Superintendent's office. It's recommended the Board of Education receive for first reading revisions to the following board policies and administrative regulations. Exhibit 6020, parent involvement. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Philbeck?
Second.
Second, Yip. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Can I say the word? Abstentions? None? Okay, motion carries 4-0. I've said it a million times. Recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2024-25-/44 designated Wednesday, May 14, 2025 as California Day of the Teacher throughout the Anaheim Elementary School District. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas.
Second.
Second, Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2024-25/45 designating the week of May 18th through 24th, 2025 as classified school employee week throughout the Anaheim Elementary School District. Do I have a motion? I'll go ahead and move that. Do I have a second?
Second. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, give it to Yip. Okay. All right, any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2024-25/46 acknowledging campus supervisors and school safety assistants for their hard work, dedication, and daily support of our students, declaring Thursday, May 15, 2025 as Campus Supervisor and School Safety Assistant Appreciation Day throughout the Anaheim Elementary School District. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas.
Second.
Second, Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Moving on to educational services. Okay, it's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2024-25/47 acknowledging school crossing guards for their continued excellent service to the youth of our community and declaring May 7, 2025 as School Crossing Guard Appreciation Day throughout the Anaheim Elementary School District. Do I have a motion? Motion, Yip. Second, Philbick. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2024-25/48 designating May 7th, 2025 as National School Nurse Day throughout the Anaheim Elementary School District. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Philbeck.
Second.
Second, Ruelas. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Moving on to SELPA, there are no items. Now, Human Resources is recommended the Board of Education approve a pay increase to the revised certificated substitute teacher salary matrix as presented in Exhibit 9D.1 effective April 16, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas. Second, Yip. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Recommended the Board of Education approve the Anaheim Elementary School District initial contract proposal to the Anaheim Elementary Education Association, AEEA, with respect to the contract negotiations for the 2025-26 school year. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved, Reales. Second, Yip. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. Recommended the Board of Education approve the new job description for the Director of Multilingual Education. This position shall be placed on range 16 of the Certificated Management salary schedule based on 220 days, effective April 10, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Philbeck.
Second.
Second, Ruelas. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education approve the appointment of applicant 04092-025-01 to the position of Director of Multilingual Education, effective date to be determined. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ruelas.
Second.
Second, Philbeck. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. Dina?
Congratulations to Magali Rodriguez. Magali began teaching in AESD in 2005. She has served as a classroom teacher, teacher on special assignment, curriculum specialist, and currently as the coordinator of multilingual instruction programs. Congratulations to Magali.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to administrative services. It's recommended the Board of Education adopt resolution number 2024-25/49 to approve Proposition 98 funds to the California Air Resources Board, or CARB, and the California Energy Commission, CEC, to fund grants to local educational agencies for zero-emission school buses and supporting infrastructure. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved, Yip. Second? Second, Philbeck. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask for discussion. Any discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 4-0. It's recommended the Board of Education approve resolution number 2024-25/50 in support of the standardization of Bogan Nyquist ecosystem and Lightspeed Kacadia audio instruction platforms. Bogan and Lightspeed, it's there in quotes. I see it now. Okay, any motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ryan. Orellis. Second, Philbeck. Any discussion?
Yes, just a quick clarification on this. Probably Matt, like, so that everybody listening is going, what is that? What does that mean? What are,
I just want to hear President Alvarez say that again.
I can't.
Yeah. I mean,
I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead and.
No, great question. So it's classroom audio and school site communication systems. The intent of this is to standardize it across the district. This helps with safety, communication, also, as well as teaching in the classroom.
When you say communication, are you talking about, phones or class to class or at the schools, or just a little bit more of what it actually is, what the communication devices or what it is, or it's just a system that connects two devices, or what?
So it's actually twofold. It's for classroom instruction,
Okay.
But it's also for communication at school sites with regards to, let's say the office needs to alert all classrooms. They're able to do so with that, and it's able to do all kinds of things and with regards to communicating on campus, communicate with district office. You could even communicate to other campuses. So yeah, that's what the system consists of. It's much more enhanced versus what we have now. And to standardize this means getting this in every school. When we have projects, we're able to use these components, and it makes it more efficient as well, as we won't have multiple systems at each site.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any more questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries 4-0. All right, and I believe that concludes that portion. Let's move on to board discussion. Board member activities related to school business. Board member Yip.
Go ahead.
Board member activities, board discussion, anything you have to report on?
Oh, yeah, thank you so much for all that you do in the community. What I would like to say is that the multilingual program for the CABE conference was something that it was very important for me to see as a first-time board member. I want to congratulate Ross, Betsy Ross, for the recognition, and also for the DLI teacher, the presenters, because we were in one other room where it was so packed. There were people sitting on the floor. The doors were open, and I just wanted to say that the DLI team was amazing in their presentation. And then I was also able to do 2 site visitations at Barton and at Madison. It's great to finally be able to come to such sites, specifically starting with the district that I represent, but I know that I represent every student in the district. So to see the different style of leadership, I think that was very important. You know, one having so much structure and the leadership is very clear. The other one allowed the students a lot of flexibility and movement, because I know that instructions need to be different based on the community. So I love to see that. And as you all know, my love and one of my passion is special education. And you hear April being Autism Awareness Month, and I like to also call it Autism Inclusion Month. I think a lot of us have different skill sets and different abilities. As you can see today with my autism, sometimes it is hard for me to process. There are a lot of things that comes to me, all the information that's coming to me. I diligently write a lot of notes, and sometimes it doesn't seem like I'm paying attention, but I am. I process differently, and this month is about learning that we are diverse and we have different abilities to contribute, and we do need different accommodations. I just want to say, Dina, thank you so much for providing the special accommodation that I need to fully participate as a board member and to be able to represent my community. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. Board member Rose?
Yes, so on the 18th, I was able to swing by and get to the Winnie the Pooh performance over at James Gwen Elementary School. I absolutely loved it. It was fun. The songs are great. I do have to say that I really, really, really loved all the backdrops. And I feel bad saying it, but like my heart really went to the honeybees. They were awesome. And to just talk with their parents and whatnot about how excited they were about it, and just see the joy it brought to the families was just amazing. And just one of those things. I work on the west side of our district in Anaheim. And so getting there was intense. And so I got there right when it started. And, you know, when you're rushing, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, you're all frantic and whatnot. But after watching it and just listening and just enjoying it, it was just a great performance. And so kudos to all of those performers, as well as our talented teachers who basically helped out in creating this wonderful performance. On the 20th, I went to one of my favorite events each year, which was the AESD Esports Championship over at the River Arena. Once again, Belinda nailed it when she talked about how just professional it looked. I'm always truly proud when we leave these events of this great event. Literally, my friends that basically I've shared photos with, they are mind-boggled by the fact that this is an AESD Esports Championships based on my photos, because in the background it honestly looks like I'm at a club. It's pretty awesome. On the 21st, I was able to attend the Benito Juarez Cultural Celebration. Once again, it always makes me proud to go back to my alma mater and hear the amazingly talented and watch the dance performances of the Ballet Folklorico that took place. Benito Juarez, even still to this day, always has a soft spot for me just because of the fact that I would say probably out of all the schools, that's the school site that the majority of my friends that I grew up with, their kids are there too. So it's cool going there and whatnot and seeing all of my friends' kids and, oh, Mr. Ryan, what's up? You know, and so that's always a fun, fun recognition and just once again just gets you excited about being in the position that we are as board members. On the 5th of April, I was a part of Steamapalooza, which takes place in the Anaheim Union High School District, and I was very, very proud of the event. I will say, it's always good looking at the spreadsheet in regards to what schools sign up and how many they're going to attend and all this stuff. But I will say that I do think that basically when it was said and done, Sunkist probably had the most students there. So kudos to Principal Shoemate. They represented. Most schools basically had half a bus, but I would say that Sunkist showed up and they had the whole bus. One of the things that really gets me pumped is that it just the manner in which our students participated, behaved. They basically were active. They were engaged. They communicated well with the junior high and high school students as well as the teachers that were all there. And it's one of those things that you walk away and you're just really you're pumped and you're excited and you can't help but brag a little bit, about our amazing students that we have here in AESD. And thank you, Superintendent Chavarria, for being there. It's always nice to have your presence at these events as well and walking around and engage with our community. That means a lot. And shout out to AUHSD for, of course, for feeding our kiddos. I think that this is the first year that we've gone and done that. It was fun talking to the kids about, how do you like the lunch? And they're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It was pizza, but hey, I didn't want to burst their bubble and be like, you get the same lunch, who am I to rain on somebody's parade, But no, really, it was a great event, and I was happy to see everybody there. A special shout out as well to AUHSD employees Allison Conrad and Charles Koo, two of our district administrators, as well as all the administrative team in AUHSD who helps throw this event. I also would like to just give a shout out to all of, and I'm not doing this because I'm one of them, but happy National Administrators Day, Assistant Administrators Day for all of you assistant principals out there. This is a many times thankless job, but you really, really play such a vital role in the educational process. And, we're very thankful for all of you. So please, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to give your assistant principals a shout out and some love. Congrats to AEEA President, Ms. Cindy Tamodi, on your re-election as president of your association. We've always had such amazing relationships with our association. We're very proud to always have that type of relationship and where we have that dialogue and openness with one another and transparency. I am excited for your members as you continue to lead them on for these next 2 years. Last but certainly not least, I would like to just give a shout out to everybody. Many of you saw through social media, et cetera, of an event that took place in my life personally, where my dog Vicente was gone for 48 hours. But the reason why I bring this up is because of the fact that it is because of all of our families, our teachers, our administrators, different community members and whatnot, that basically spread through social social media, even to the point where the superintendent up there posted on their Facebook and posted on their social media and posted on their, communications to their team about an educator named Ryan from Anaheim, lost his dog Vicente, and whatnot. So I was just very, very thankful for all that, and I couldn't have done it without all of you there helping me out. So on that note, that concludes my report.
Great, thank you, Trustee Philbeck.
Okay, yes, and Cindy, congratulations. Very happy for you. I will just start with, I hope this might not be in order, but I did attend, it was Stoddard did Finding Nemo, correct? We were, over at Ross in the auditorium, but it was Stoddard. And it was an amazing performance. I mean, they just get better and better every year. The sets, the costumes, the actual actors' performances, it was just amazing. So I really enjoyed it, and it was super colorful too. So I actually took my granddaughter, that's the first time I've ever taken her to see one of the plays, and she was mesmerized. She's 7, she sat through the whole thing and just absolutely loved it. So, and then another performance that I attended was at Price. For Price, it was Lion King, and it was also wonderful. What I've noticed is each year, especially since I've gone many years to the same, schools that are performing, and so over the years you see some of the kids kind of little and then starting up, and a few years taking lead roles. They're just absolutely becoming such great performers. And the one thing I noticed too is that the vocals are getting even better and better and better in the performances. And the kids, the solos, the group songs, there's just a lot going on, and it's wonderful, and I really enjoy these performances. I was over very early one morning at Ponderosa for Yamaha. Came and had a music event with us. It was a Yamaha morning, and it was really great. It was kind of like sort of similar to the NAM, where they come over and have a little bit of service going on. They went to our classrooms where we were able to, our students could showcase certain things that they've been learning and doing. And then after that, the Yamaha people had them decorate drum heads and, all kinds of little things and sayings and drawings on them. Big drum heads. And also every student got, what was it that they got? The drumsticks. Every student was sent home with drumsticks, which it was great. They loved it. I'm not so sure about the parents, but coming home, yeah, look what I have, But it was really fun. And so thank you, Yamaha, for wanting to partner with us, for wanting to come out and see what we're doing and see in ways that you can help us. Okay, I stopped by Franklin one morning for a parent workshop, and it was Family Stories. This is the one where they are building scrapbooks based on their families. And then we had a discussion about a lot of things, and we read a book together, and it was just really a great kind of bonding time with the parents. It was a lot of people were there, a lot of parents were there, and the books that they put together, which are kind of highlighted at the end of the year, are just beautiful. And I loved looking through what they have so far and hearing about their families and seeing pictures of their families. So I'm really glad when we get to involve our parents in special things like that. I'm going to give a shout out to Carol Kressel, because I think we honored her for 55 years, but if you talk to Carol, she says there was a couple more years in there, like before everybody started counting. I'm not sure what she was doing, but, hanging around. So if you talk to Carol, it's 57 years, which is absolutely amazing. Every time I see her, I just tell her she's who I want to be when I grow up. She's just the most amazing person, and kind and sweet. And Carol, I think we just all love you to pieces. So congratulations on 57 years, and she's still going strong. All right, I also attended Winnie the Pooh musical at Gwen, and as Ryan said, I enjoyed it to the max. It was just, the songs were great. I have 4 grandchildren, and I've watched hours and hours and hours of Winnie the Pooh. It was just a really amazing play and a lot of fun. But I so apologize for not having his name. Does anyone remember the young gentleman who does the intro music? I'm going to give him a shout out anyways. You know who I'm talking about. So talented. I've been to other performances at Gwen, should mention Gwen, and that he does kind of the intro playing before the plays start. And he did a Winnie the Pooh intro that I have heard before in the movies and things. I mean, this kid, it could have been done for the movie. He was just amazing, and he always entertains us. Whenever I go to Gwen, that's one of my favorite parts, is what's he going to play now on the keyboard. And he's just really good. I do apologize for not remembering his name. I should have written that down. But maybe I'll remember it and give him another shout out, so next time. Also, the esports competition at the River Arena. Yeah, it was amazing, and I'll have to say it was really intense. When it came down to the last two teams, literally, they were equal. It was won in the last few seconds, right? Which was kind of, heartbreaking, because somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. But they were both actual winners because it was just amazing competition. Some of the best I've ever seen. Okay, and also I celebrated Benito Juarez's birthday with Consul General of Mexico, Dr. Audrey Rivera Gomez. And I'll just say that the performances were wonderful. It was just a great day celebrating with our parents and some others that were there, and Mr. Relis was there also. And I also ran into one of my PTA friends back from my Benito Juarez days. We're talking a long time ago when Ryan and my daughter attended school there. And so shout out to Angie. You remember Angie, right? And now she's there with her granddaughter. So we've all kind of come full circle. So it was really fun to see her. On a Saturday, I attended the district speech championships at Ponderosa. I hope I have this right and don't miss anyone. Juarez, Ponderosa, and Roosevelt were winners in competitive speech, I believe. Mann was first placed in inaugural Readers Theater. And we also celebrated two of our coaches, Alejandrina, can I help me say it? Alejandrina, sorry, messed that up. Ariano from Edison and Anne Marie Randall Trejo from Franklin. And I just want to acknowledge them because they do, put in a lot of extra work. And the kids were phenomenal. I love going to the awards. They're just so exciting. I did attend the 4th District PTA Garden of Thanks Administrators Dinner at the Knott's Berry Farm Hotel with Mr. Slusser, Matt, and I. And I gotta say, I've probably been to, over the years, 1,000 of different kinds of dinners, you name them, every hotel, any place you wanna go. And I think in all my life, this was like my favorite one because it was a full-on Knott's chicken dinner. It was just like and the banquet was good too, all the awards and everything. But I was sitting down and I was like going, wow, it was really, really good. It was fun and celebrating our PTAs and our parents. What was that? Madison got the membership award. So we were very, very proud. And it was just an exciting evening and very, very well decorated, very pretty, lots of pictures. And I enjoyed the table that I was lucky enough to get to sit at with a lot of the different parents. CABE Awards dinner, I attended that. Congratulations to Betsy Ross for their CABE Seal of Biliteracy Award. And also, congratulations, Jefferson, for being named a California Distinguished School. We're proud of both of you. And last, I'll finish with that I've started something new. I'm just trying it out in one school. Years ago, I was a rolling reader, mostly at Juarez, and I would read chapter books. So I am now reading Jeremy Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher for Miss Dana McChristie's 6th grade class. We just started. I read every Friday to them. It's going to take us about 6 weeks. And so far, so good. And then we'll see, and it's to help promote literacy. And, I like reading the little books, but I sometimes really like getting into the chapter books too. And the kids have been great. They're great listeners. So with that, I will conclude my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I was able to attend two performances, musicals. First one I went to was Finding Nemo at Stoddard was performing. I got to say I agree with what board member Phil was saying. The students are getting better. we have some students that are going to be in musical theater. I can already tell. They're going to see them on Broadway. Particularly the little girl that was playing Dory that evening. I can't believe the expression. She was singing on point. She was kind of directing. She was commanding the stage, and she was the Dory character. So it was kind of really cool to see some of our students already honing in on their craft and just knowing that's what they're going to do or do something to that level, right? Or they're going to be involved in performing in some way, because you could already tell. I also went to the Marshall performance of the Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
I'm sorry, I went to that one too, and it was great. Go ahead.
All right, so with that one, I noticed a couple things. They did work on character development. There were the two little girls. One of them was Veruca Salt's character. She was really sassy. And the other one, I forget the other little girl's name who's the character, but she was like smacking her gum all the time. So she had the gum smacking down. And there was actually like a part of the performance where like the smacking was like the punchline, right? That was like where you're gonna laugh. And she got that like on point, right? So the comedic timing, the performance, like you could tell our staff are working on different elements of theater, and it's coming through when you're seeing the performances, which is what I love, because it's not just like, here, memorize this script and go out there and just say it. No, it's like you're working on technique, you're practicing punchlines, you're harmonizing, you're singing, you're dancing, all these things, right? So that's what we should be doing, right? Not only providing artistic outlets, but also giving them professional advice and building them up as actors and singers. So really great to see those performances. I can't wait to see some more. I was also at the Palooza event on April 5th. Good to see always our kids walking around and experiencing what their high school experience might look like. Thank you for the attendance of all the staff members that were there, right? It's also a Saturday, so I get it. There was, I think, the 40 staff that were there or so, including our superintendent. It just shows the investment that our teachers and staff have on our kids, right? They're going out on the weekend and also spending their time kind of chaperoning the kids around and talking to them and encourage them to go to their tables. I saw a teacher saying, go to that table, that's this high school you're supposed to go to, like go talk to them and ask them questions, right? So encouraging them to connect to their futures, and that's always great to see. So thank you to all the teachers and staff that went out there to support. I also attended the CABE conference. I was able to see several sessions. One kind of highlight at one of the sessions, it wasn't necessarily the topic that I was being presented, but I sat it was a packed room. I sat next to a participant next to me, so obviously we're having to do chatting back and forth, discussing what was going on as partners. And when we were introducing ourselves, I introduced myself as a board member at Anaheim Elementary. She's like, oh, really? Anaheim Elementary? She's from Fresno. And she's like, oh, we're really like looking into your dual language programming. We're like so excited to learn more about it. Like, what can you say? Like, so we're like famous guys. But right, so just random person that we're just talking to in a session, they know all about us, they know all about our programming, and so it's kind of really validating to see this random stranger. Like, obviously they don't know who I am, but you say Anaheim Elementary, and they're like, oh yeah, we know you guys. So it was kind of cool to see. I'm super proud of our teachers who were involved in presenting. Miss Wong and Miss Kim, our dual language teachers that were presenting. They presented twice, one on acquiring language and discourse through different strategies. So they commanded the room. They provided really practical things and strategies, I guess you could say, that you could literally use the next day in your classroom. And so that's what I really enjoyed. And that's why I think the participants left with, right? And you could always just tell when a presenter is a classroom teacher, because they run the presentation like a classroom, and then you get insight, oh, like, yeah, they're amazing, and I'm pretty sure if I was a student in their class, I'd be learning a lot, right? So it was really great to see them be in their element and then help others who are trying to develop their own craft as a dual language instructor, and helping out people across the street. So good job on those presentations. And I also want to congratulate Ross on their Seal of Excellence, and all of our dual language teams that work tirelessly to make sure that our programming is effective, yet also recognized for the work that is being done to create plurilingual students in Southern California. So I really appreciate all the support that that our teachers, or not the support, all the esfuerzo. What's the word for it in English? Esfuerzo. Give it to me, Yadira. all the effort, yes. All the effort that our teachers put into making sure that our students are being prepared adequately to move on to their pathways of biliteracy, right? And that's really all I have to report. We'll end there on my report. Yeah, go for it.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to add, because I skipped over my own notes. I don't, I need to write a little bit better. But yes, I did also want to acknowledge, Marshall, that I did go to Wonka. And what you were saying about the gum chewing, that girl was so in character that I almost, before the thing even started, I almost said, Jesse, get that gum out of her mouth. She's going to get on stage, but because she was working it, and then realized it was actually part of the performance. And I took my granddaughter to that one also, and her favorite part was the burping song. I don't know if you knew that they have a burping song, and these two boys were just fantastic. So thank you for letting me add that. And also congratulations to Yadira Moreno's parents on 50 years anniversary. I just want to mention that, that's very sweet and lovely, and how blessed you are to have them. So thank you for letting me add that, President Alvarez.
All right, moving on to suggested future agenda items. Do we have any? None? Okay, I'll go ahead and adjourn at 8:16. Our next board meeting is Wednesday, May 14th. Our next regular board meeting. All right, 8:17 or 8:16 I said, right? Thank you, everybody.